a successful summit? What do you want to achieve? And then as we look forward beyond the summit, how do you see the future of U.S. involvement in European security affairs?
It's a great question. I think what you want to see is one of the criticisms the United States had with the alliance, and you probably all picked up on that, was when we talked about the defense contributions. Raising that to 5% of GDP that's going to be very, very important. You know, you go back to the Wales Declaration when everybody agreed and all the world leaders signed it was going to be 2.5% of GDP, of which 20% of that was on modernization. And everybody kind of agreed to that. When we first came in 8 years ago, the first Trump administration, there was only like 3 nations that were reaching that GDP level. And I think that's be important to making sure that everybody kind of sends a very clear message that we're going to maintain military strength. And frankly, you know, I mean, everybody in this room, I know that if I said, let me, by a show of hands, how many of you can recite to me Article 5 of the NATO Treaty? I bet everybody in this room could raise your hand. I'll lay you money. But how many of you can raise your hand and say, I know what Article 3 says? You know, I used Article 3, I call that the funding article, which means that each nation individually and collectively will provide for the individual in common defense of the alliance. And I think once that agreement is made, then everybody needs to step up for that. It sends a very clear message to everybody. And I know with President Trump, that was one of his concerns early on. If you're an alliance, you're all part of the alliance. And everybody pulls together on that. And so success would be coming out of here with a pretty well-defined what the defense contributions are going to be. But the second is, where does everybody want to be with Ukraine? What does this look like for NATO and the membership of NATO and working with Ukraine and working with, you know, bringing Russia back into the state of stable nations? What's that going to look like? What's that going to be? And I'm not sure we're there yet.
Well, what I suggest is that we continue the conversation by broadening the panel and welcoming our other panelists to the stage. Thank you, General, for sharing your thoughts. Stay with us so we can continue the conversation. Yeah. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Ils sont déjà devant.